Hello everyone, welcome to Mathematical Method Unit 1. This video will focusing on Stray B, Factorising Quadratics in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, and this form, we know this form is the general form of quadratic, okay? And to factorize quadratic, and then what I want you to remember is this sentence: two factors of AC sum up to the value of B. Okay, now to make sense to you, and let's start one example. So example 14 on your booklet, okay, which is on your page 7. To factorize 6x squared minus 3x minus 15. Okay, so now first of all we need to identify the value a, b, c. Okay, so we write this general form, so ax squared plus bx plus c. So now we know a is equal to 6, b is equal to negative 13. Okay, be aware that it's negative 13, and c is equal to negative 15. Okay, be aware of that negative sign. So now after we identifying the value of ABC, so now we know AC. Okay, so AC is equal to 6 times negative 15, which give me negative 90. Okay, so now here is the part that we said two factors of AC, so we just need to find two factors. So for example, it can be negative 2 times 45, it gives me negative 90. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we try to add this negative 2 is one of the factor of negative 90, and 45 is another factor of negative 90. So these two factor of AC, which is negative 90 in this case. Now we're going to try to sum them up, to add them together. Negative 2 plus 45 is equal to 43. Okay, and then check our value for B. It's negative 13, so it doesn't equal to negative 13, which is the value of B. So this one is not the one we're looking for, not the two factor we're looking for. So we're going to try one more time. Negative 90, which is value of AC, so two factor of AC. So now let's try to find another factor, maybe negative 3 times 30. Okay, and then negative 3 adding them together give me 27, still not equal to value of B, negative 13. Doesn't work, and then we need to try one more time. So you're gonna do trial and error for a few times, and then until you find the one. For example, negative 18 times 5 give me negative 90. So these are the two factor of negative 90. So add these two factors together, it is negative 13, okay, which is the value of B. So now it tells us these are the two factors that we need. Okay, so we need, now what are we going to do next? So let me write the expression quadratic again, 6x squared minus 13x minus 15. Okay, so now we keep that 6x squared, and now here negative 13x, we're gonna separate them into these two factors. Okay, so that will be negative 18x plus 5x. Okay, so you see these are the two factor of AC coming from here. Okay, and then if you double check, these two add together still give me negative 13x. Okay, so it did not change anything. Now if we continue, it will follow by minus 5. Okay, so now we can start to do the grouping. Okay, so we're gonna do these two together and these two together. Okay, and then it will give me 6x squared minus 18x plus 5x minus 15. Okay, so we have two groups, and then start to take it common factor out. So this one, the common factor will be 6x. Now will give me 2x. Sorry, x minus 3, and then for the next one, take the common factor out, so 5 and negative 15, and then the common factor is 5. So after I take 5 out, we have x left and then minus 3. Okay, so now you see both of them have the common factor x minus 3. So if we continue, take the common factor x minus 3 out, and then we have left 6x and then plus 5. Okay, so this is our final answer after you factorize the quadratic 6x squared minus 13x minus 15. Okay, so in your working out, this part over here, this part, okay, you can just write on your draft paper. It just help you to show the your thinking process. But in your exercise book, what we are really looking for your working out is this part. Okay, as long as I see this part, you get a full mark for your working out if you are doing something similar problem on your stack. Okay, so let's do one more. Let's do example 15. What we got? Example 15. Factorize ax squared plus 2x minus 15. Again, we know two factors of AC sum up to value of b. Okay, so we need to identify the value of ABC first. So we know a is equal to 8, b is equal to 2. Now be aware c is equal to negative 15. Okay, so now two factor of AC is equal to 8 times negative 15 give me 120. Okay, now we're starting to find the two factors. Okay, so one it can be 2 times negative 60 give me, so there's 2 and negative 60 are the two factors of AC, which is negative 120. Okay, add them together, sum up, and it is equal to negative 58. Doesn't equal to the value of b, because we know value of b is 2, so it doesn't equal to 2, so this one doesn't work. And then so we're going to try one more, maybe 3 times negative 40. Apparently when add them together still doesn't equal to value of b. Okay, so it doesn't work, and then you need to do trial and error, and then eventually you will find negative 120 can have two factors, 12 times negative 10. Okay, and that still give me negative 120, and then add them together, which is equal to 2. Okay, and then 2 value of add them together, sum up to the value of b. Okay, so b is equal to 2, which is correct. So these are the two factors we are looking for. Now, so coming back to the question, so we have ax squared plus 2x minus 15. Okay, so now this will be equal to ax squared. So these 2x can be separate into 12x and negative 10x. Okay, so let me write down. So that will be 12x minus 10x. Okay, so you know if you try add them together, this is actually equivalent to 2x. So we did not change the quadratic rule at all. Okay, we just write these two factor form so that we can do grouping later on, and followed by minus 15. Now let's do grouping. So we're gonna do this group, the first two, add them together. That's my first group, and plus. Okay, so please keep that negative sign, so plus negative 10x minus 15. Okay, so let's do the grouping. 8x squared plus 12x, by observation we can tell the common factor will be 4x. So take 4x out, we will have 2x plus 3. Okay, and then this one we take this negative out, so take that negative out, several brackets, so we have 10x, and then when I take this negative out, we'll only have a positive 15 left in the bracket. Okay, so let's continue. So we have 4x, 2x plus 3. Okay, so now minus, look at 10 and 15, the common factor will be 5. So 2x left plus 3, okay? And then we can see the common factor will be 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3, take the common factor out. Okay, and then we will have 4x left from the first part, and we have negative 5 left. Okay, so this will be your final answer for example 15. Okay, now let's go to example 16 on your booklet. Example 16, factorize 2x squared plus 6x minus 20. Okay, so this one you still can do. Okay, you still can follow the same procedure to identify a, b, c, and 2 factors of a, c, and then you find whether you can find the 2 factors sum up to give you the value of b, which is 6. Okay, but sometimes we can make your life much easier. So you see here we have 2, 6, and 20. We actually can take one of the common factor out for these 3 numbers to make your quadratic look much simpler. Okay, so now we know the common factor of 2, 6, 20 is 2. So if I take 2 out, what I left is x squared plus 3x minus 10. Okay, so now you see this quadratic will be much simple when you're trying to factorize it. Okay, so now let's keep that 2 outside. Now you're going to do the same thing. A is equal to 1, b is equal to 3, c is equal to negative 10. So AC is equal to negative 10. And then you see this number is much smaller compared to the original equation if you time AC. Okay, so AC over here we know is equal to negative 10, and 2 factor could be 2 times negative 5. Okay, and add them together. 2 plus negative 5 give me negative 3. It's not the value of b. Okay, so it doesn't work, but we can make it negative 2 times 5. Okay, it still give me negative 10. So these are the 2 factor of negative 10. Add them together, give me a positive 3, which is the value of 3, the value of b, 3. Okay, so now it tells me these are the 2 factors we are looking for. Now, coming back to the question, so we will have x squared. Now, that 3x will be separated into their factor form. So will give me negative 2x coming from this and plus 5x, okay? And you can go back to check, add them together, still give you 3x, okay, which is equivalent. And then followed by minus 10. Okay, and then let's continue. Keep that 2 outside of a bracket. Now do the grouping. X squared minus 2x plus 5x minus 10. Okay, so this is another one. So let's continue. Keep that 2 outside, and then common factor of x squared minus 2x will be x. So after we take x out, and we have x and minus 2. Okay, for the second one we have common factor of 5 and 10, which is 5. Okay, take 5 out, we have x left minus 2. Okay, and then you see here we have x minus 2, x minus 2 common factor. So now we take that common factor out, x minus 2. Okay, and then we have x left and plus 5 left. So your equation eventually after you factorize will be 2x minus 2 and 2 times x minus 2 and times x plus 5. Okay, so this will be your answer. Okay, so to summarize, sometimes if you have a very complicated quadratic, if you see the common factor for your coefficient that you can take some of the common factor out, please make sure you take the common factor out. Will make your quadratic much simpler, and then when you find the 2 factor of AC over here will much easier because you will have a smaller number after you take the common factor out. Okay, now example 17 on your booklet. Okay, example 17. we have factorize x plus 1 squared minus 2x plus 1 plus minus 3. Okay, so again, as soon as you see that here we have the 2 power of 2, and it just reminds me quadratic. And then here we see, if we let me write that down, ax squared plus bex plus c. And then you see here, we can see that x plus 1, if we let x plus 1 equal to beta. Okay, and then you'll have beta squared minus 2 beta, okay, minus 3. Okay, it looks exactly like your quadratic form. Okay, so now what we can do is we just continue using the same method. Okay, a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 2, c is equal to negative 3. Factor 2 factor of ac is equal to 1 times negative 3, give me negative 3. Okay, so now we just need to find the two common factors. Okay, so negative 3 is equal to 1 times negative 3. Okay, so these two factors add together, sum up, it is actually equal to the value of b. Okay, value of b. So now these are the two factors we are looking for. So coming back to the question, will be equal to beta squared, and this minus 2b will be separated into the two factor form. So give me beta 1 beta and negative 3 beta minus 3. Okay, minus 3, sorry, minus 3. Okay, so now we can just continue to do the grouping. So we have beta squared plus beta, and plus, keep that negative sign, so minus 3 beta minus 3. Okay, and then will be give me these two, take one common factor out, so beta, so I'll have beta plus 1. And for this part, we know the common factor is negative 3, so take the common factor negative 3 out, we'll have beta, okay, and plus 1. Okay, and then common factor beta plus 1, take the common factor out, and we will have beta left minus 3. Okay, and then this is the answer. And then because we know beta is equal to x plus 1, so now you're gonna use x plus 1 to replace the b over here. Okay, so now it will become x plus 1, because that's your beta, plus 1 equal to beta x plus 1 minus 3, and then simplify x plus 2 and x minus 2, and that's your answer. So when you're working out this part is the one that we want to see. Okay, and everything else, how you find that two factor, you don't have to show me. It can be in your mind or can be your draft paper, but this part in the one that I circle, you need to show me. All right, so this is it. Thank you.